week with my best friends. Some people say we have a problem, but every night I'm making new best friends, and the only problem is we like having a good time.
Hello. It is Thursday evening. It is 8 p.m. And we all know what that means. It is another episode.
What does it mean?
Of Between Two Beards, and not just any episode this evening. It is a very special episode this evening, as we will be crowning the winners of the second annual Beardie Awards this evening. It's a big night. We do it the show of the New Year's week, however you want to say it.
The last
So we will be going through last show of the year. That's a good way to put it.
Say. There you go.
That's a good way to put it.
Who would have thought we would have made it this far?
Truly. Who would have thought? But we're here.
The first one.
We're here. We've made it to a second annual Beardie Awards. It should be fun. We have 11 awards to go through, which we will do. But as always, as we take a few minutes here at the top to let people hop in and, say hello in the chat. Let us know what you want us to talk about. There was plenty to talk about in the wrestling week that was, which we will dive into a few of them. But tonight will be the Beardie Awards. And we got Bebe in there saying, what's up? What is up, my friend? Glad to see you here again. It's a big night. A big night on Love Wrestling. A big night for Between Two Beards.
The big question on my mind tonight is we've had a heated discussion about this for a year now. Yeah. So JPJ, bring it to the courts. How long is too long to keep up our 6 Christmas trees?
I would say the week after New Year's is the week you should retire the Christmas tree.
Week after,
so like New Year's Eve just so happens it's on a Sunday this year.
Yes.
I would say at some time next week you should be retiring the Christmas trees.
Okay.
I would say worst case scenario the week after. I feel like winter gives you an excuse, but I would say you should be aiming for. I'm saying you should be aiming for the first couple weeks after New Year's.
Okay. Mrs. Pluggo, if you're paying attention, JPJ has spoken. Week after New Year's, they got to come down. I don't think that's going to happen, my friend.
I mean,
we have 6 of them. It's going to take time. We got to put them all away. They all have their own spaces. But anyway, they're all fake, but they all have their own theme. They all have their own box. They all have their own ornaments. Got to go. You have no idea what goes on over here at the Pluggo house.
There you go. Affiliate saying that January 6th is Old Christmas Day. So they should come down after that. So that gives you a buffer. That gives you till like next weekend. Next weekend, you take them all down. It's the weekend. You rest up. You take them down. Bebe, about the Dax Hardware podcast comments, I would have to pull them up. I do not.
I will say this.
I don't pay the extra money to get that podcast, so I've only read what the comments are. I have not listened to that podcast yet. I will.
Wasn't he basically just trying to get CM Punk?
He's basically getting everybody to play nice and smooth over. So
I was thinking about that, baby. Ophelia, welcome to the chat, by the way, friend. If you're in the chat, let us know what you want to chat about throughout the night. We got the Beardie Awards coming up. We're going to announce the 10-11 winners we've got. I made a boo-boo on one of them, but we'll talk about it when we get there. But I don't think that would have won anyway, but we'll get there. I made a mistake. Anyway, so get your questions, your comments, anything throughout the year that you want to talk about. This is the last show of the year. Look at Dapper. It is an award show, Ophelia. So
I'm wearing a nice little button down here. You can't tell because it's dark.
So by traditional award show standards, I am wearing George bow tie, a George shirt, the New Era cap, and I believe this is from Walmart. This vest I have on.
You actually have to work at Walmart to get that vest?
No, it's just like a nice, like a zip up vest, like a warm little vest. I like to stay warm. It's cold down here. Who are you wearing, George? That's right. So Dax about all out behind the scenes. Actually, yes. Who are you wearing, JPJ?
Who am I wearing?
Yeah.
Oh, this is
who's your?
I forget the company, but the hat is Side Project Brewing. They're based out of St. Louis. Thank you. At least you know.
This is true.
At least she knows. I mean,
JPJ.
I try my best. I really don't try that all, but I appreciate that. Yeah, so this is Side Project Brewing. They're based out of St. Louis, Missouri. This is part of my Christmas gifts. I like hats. I wear a lot of hats. So in the grab, they were like, you know what? I really like that logo for the brewing company. So I bought that for you. And I am wearing this shirt is a Calvin Klein.
There you
Calvin
go.
Klein motherfucker
Wow.
over here. I know.
Wow.
I know.
not
I
that
lost a little bit of
fancy.
weight so I can wear all the bougie.
They're
the bougie.
amazing.
They're amazing. Good to see you, friend.
Good to see you, friend.
Thanks for
Quizflix
hopping in for the
viewers
second
champ.
annual Beardie Awards, which we'll be diving into just shortly and going through all those. But
here's my take on Bebe's comment real quick. We kind of glossed over it
about Dax.
Yeah. So basically, yes, he wants them all to play nice. I have this theory, and I've been thinking on it all day. I've been sitting here stewing. What if everybody assumes FTR is dropping all these belts?
Yeah.
Because they're going back to
the Fed.
What if they're dropping all these belts to get CM Punk back to take on the Elite for the Trios champion and just to completely blow up the internet? Because that would be the match. If you could get CM Punk to play nice for one match, that's the match.
Yeah, I agree.
Him versus the Elite, all three of them, if they could all four get along. Because again, I keep sitting here and I'm a CM Punk guy, and every time this happens, I get all worked up and excited he's coming back. Maybe, just maybe, they could do it. Because god damn it, there's so much money here. They keep poking the bear. CM Punk hasn't said a word, which says to me, like, why keep stoking the fire? And the Bucks and the Elite are picking on him. So Dax is trying to get him to come back. Like, I don't know. What do you think? Where do you think you're leaning? Is FTR staying? Are they going? Do you think we'll ever see CM Punk in an AEW ring again?
I think the longer time goes, the easier it'll be for them to smooth things. The bottom line is, if they want CM Punk to come back, I completely understand it from a business perspective. Duh. He's CM Punk. Like, you're going to get major ratings. But I do believe it's going to be Tony Khan's going to have a talent-only meeting of sorts or something like that where he asks the whole room, hey, guys, this guy's still under contract. We can make some big business and big money with this guy, but I need to know that all you guys are in on keeping this guy around. And I think he needs to actually get a general outline of what the performers feel and how they feel about this guy potentially coming back. But I think if there is a way that you can work it out that everybody is as happy as they can be, it is a good thing to have CM Punk still on your show. No, I mean, just at this point, even if they get into the playoffs, even if they get into the playoffs,
I said I was going to be nice today.
I mean, haters are going to hate. People are jealous of. Look at people are jealous of people who win. You know, it is what it is. Make fun of what you want. Just know that you can't take those rings away. As much as you guys wanted to make new rules, create fathom fucking cheating scandals, and literally change the defensive rules so you couldn't play defense because the Patriots defense was the most dominant defense in the world. So they had to make rules so they could not play good defense. And we still fucking won all the fucking time because we had the best fucking coach and the best fucking quarterback. Fuck you, Culp. Anyway.
Whoa.
Go like your 3-14 Colts.
Calm down.
Hey,
I don't
want to recycle 48-year-old quarterbacks every year. It's okay. It's okay. I know it's hard. I don't
need to brawl out before Beardie.
We're not brawling out. I'm just old and tired, and I work with children. I'm not brawling out.
You come up in here with your mother.
You come in here trying to bring the smoke. You're always going to lose 6 championships to 0. That's how that goes. Oh, I'm sorry, 1, because you had to cheat and turn up the heat in the second half and beat us during that. Okay, gotcha. Anyway,
Drew,
I think
Drew's here. He had a comment.
I think. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. That's what I see every time I see the Colts on the Patriots schedule. I go, blah, blah, blah. Another win. Don't matter. Don't matter. Anyway. So.
I love this.
I want Punk to return by costing the... I wouldn't be opposed to that. But I do think, look, if you can get everyone to play nice. Hi, Drew. I missed you today, but I know we had agreed that we'd take the week off. If you can get everyone to play nice, that is the match, is a trios title match, the Elite as the champions, which I expect them to win this series and get the titles against CM Punk and FTR. That would just be the ultimate match. You could probably make that a main event if you wanted to of a pay-per-view. And it would work. The storyline would be insane. It would be all around brawl out and the Bucks and FTR and there. Like, it would just be perfect. It would be perfect. But I don't think you can bring him back if there are people in your locker room that are like, we don't want this fucking guy back.
Yeah.
So I feel like you need to have a general consensus from the whole locker room that they're okay with this guy coming back. Because I think even if you have a couple that are like, nope, I don't think you can do it.
But at what point do you say it's what's best for business, to steal a phrase from WWE, and not ultimately, if there's a few people in the locker room, like just for fun's sake, right? Peter Avalon is like, don't bring that fucking guy back. Like, you're not listening. I think
in your brain, you have to attack it like everybody's opinion matters, but there are certain opinions that matter more.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
if you want to just say you want to bring the Elite in and be like, hey guys,
Ryan Nemeth is like, bro, it's like, you're Ryan Nemeth.
I get it, but at the same time, like, you know, you need the Elite to be on board. You need Hangman, Mox, and Jericho to be on board. You need the people that, if you're not going to poll the whole locker room about it, you need at least the heavy players. You need the Jericho, the Danielson, the Moxley. I would even say the Claudio, and you need the MJF, and you need the Elite. You need those guys in the room to be like, yeah, we get it. Like, I'm good with it if he's good with it, type stuff.
Just imagine the money that they could make with just one match. But for like the FTR side of things, before we head into some Beardie Awards and get down that nut, like, I know that everybody says back to WWE, but honestly, like, what benefit do they have to go back to the WWE? What has the WWE
Triple H
done?
Triple H made them the revive. I mean, come on.
But that tag division is,
you have to understand
right now.
I agree, but you have to understand when they were the last time they were at WWE, not on the main roster, because we all know how Vince cared about tag team wrestling. But when they were with Triple H exclusively, they were having the best tag team matches in the world with DIY and the fucking, what was their name? What was their name? What are the big dudes? Authors of Pain. The AOP. They were having those 2 out of 3 falls matches and triple threat ladder match. Those matches were some of the best matches that were happening on NXT. So you have to think that if they, or hope, but you have to think and hope that if they were to go back to the Federation working for Hunter, who's in charge of creative now, they would be going back for that. They would be going back like, hey, we want to be these guys, you know?
And Ophelia, my mug says she's my lobster with
like Friends, right?
On the back that says 4/8/17, which is our wedding date. This was an anniversary gift from Mrs. Pluggo, and since Christmas is over, I figured don't bring out the Christmas tree mug, bring out a mug, Mrs. Pluggo. Yep, she has one that says he's my lobster. You ever hear that story, JPJ from Friends?
Yeah, Friends. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen the whole series of Friends. I know what that's about.
So shout out Mrs. Pluggo.
Yeah.
But yes, that is kind of cute. We are kind of cute. We had a cake topper too that said, you're my lobster. That was our thing. We're cute. What can I say?
Get a room, will you? Jesus Christ.
We have a room.
Unbelievable. He has this fucking love owl. Is that what we're talking about?
I'm choosing to come down here and hang out with you.
Are you? This is an obligation, motherfucker. This ain't a choice.
I don't know. Anybody?
I know. I do think, like I said, if there's a way to make it all work and people can put their emotions or feelings aside for the betterment of the company and the business, you do it, because that match will sell out an arena, 1,000%.
Oh,
and
that would be a huge gate.
Oh my God. And just if they were able to be like really professional about it and let like dig in a little bit on the story and like talk shit to each other, but like mention it and like do it in a way where like everyone was in on it, but they made it feel real, or maybe there is some realness to it. Cause clearly they probably don't all like each other for the most part, I would assume still maybe.
Maybe they do.
Yeah,
And
dude,
this
that's
is all
perfect.
one big ruse.
Hey, wrestling is wrestling, man. I wouldn't be shocked. Would you be shocked?
No, that's the thing. Like, that's what I was, the way this year has gone in 2022, nothing surprises me anymore.
Exactly.
Wrestling, there's always beefs and things that get squashed, and money talks. And that's the thing. Money talks. He's still under contract. They haven't released Punk. If they really, truly didn't want him around, they would have just released him. I understand his value as like, you keep him, you don't want him waltzing into the Royal Rumble, but if you're that pissed off at him, who cares, right?
Yeah,
like
I agree.
I would just get rid of him and cut bait, and if you want to go do the WWE thing again, you can go do the WWE thing again. It doesn't affect what I'm doing. So I feel like they're keeping him around for those purposes. Maybe Tony Khan is playing a little hardball and saying, maybe I can smooth this over. I mean, there was the MJF stuff at the middle of the year that we all thought started off as a shoot, turned out to, they turned it into a work. So maybe Tony Khan's thinking, all right, let some bygones be bygones, let some time pass, maybe we can get this done. 2023 can only be crazier than 2022. All the crazy shit happened this year. Wrestling keeps, I'm telling you, this year has been
wild.
This year made us realize that next year for the Beardie Awards, we need to up the nomination.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go to 10. I think we're gonna have to go to 10.
There was so many things.
Literally, and again,
like
I like the fact that we had 5 because it makes people make a tougher decision. But I feel like we were going through like a rough draft of these awards last week to be like, all right, we got to see who's gonna win and blah blah blah. And I was like, we might have to go till 10. We might have to go till 10 next week. Yo, round table popping in, saying hello.
Oh, baby, the dud tweet. Yeah, Dax.
Wait, I did not see that. So you have to tell me about this. I did not see this tweet.
Dax basically, it was what we just talked about, wanting everybody to play nice and get along. And
I saw that quote by Dax from I'm assuming
Punk
the podcast.
Responded on his IG and said, duh. Like, duh, that's what, like he was agreeing, like, yeah,
Dax, like, duh, that's what we should do type stuff.
But if I'm as good of friends as FTR is with Punk, and I think you can talk him into one time, get it done, make your money, and even if it's one of those let's do the match and make your money and get out, like, that's fine too. I feel like it'd be crazy on all parties to not capitalize on this if you can.
Absolutely.
And then we got Roundtable Pod in the house. Yo, what's up, Roundtable Pod? Love you guys.
Love it. Love Roundtable Pod. Always good to see them.
Drew saying, hey, pal. Hey, pal. Hello.
Oh, no.
Hello.
Drew, what the hell's going on here? What the hell's going on here?
Alex. Oh, by the way, Alex is back, guys. Look who's here.
I won't stay long. Don't worry.
We won't let you stay.
I'm glad you're back. It's always good to see you when you're back. Now, kindly, with
Alex
love,
is back.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Get the fuck off my screen.
What are you wearing? Who are you wearing?
Goodwill.
Hey, sometimes.
But Alex is back tonight for the special occasion. He's on a bit of sabbatical, but he made a point to be here for the second annual.
He was contractually obligated to be here tonight.
Brock Lesnar style.
If he wasn't contractually obligated, he would not be here. Probably. But that's just me. That's a guess. All right, for everybody in the chat, let us know if there's any wrestling stories you want us to talk about before we start diving into the Beardie's Awards. We have 11 awards to go to. Alex being back. Goodwill is ethical clothing shopping. It is. I agree.
Yeah, no.
I have owned plenty of Goodwill things in my life. The tie, correct. I love it.
It's for
I should have
you,
worn
Smart.
like a,
hey, happy belated birthday.
Yeah, happy belated birthday to Smart.
And handsome.
His birthday was yesterday. It's a gentleman.
Without
and
him,
a scholar.
We don't look this pretty.
That is true.
A god he's a god amongst aliens.
He is.
And an alien amongst men.
So let us know if there's any. Obviously, it was a big week in wrestling.
Wait a minute. What am I? Chopped liver? I don't make you look good.
I just fucking told you I was happy to see you.
We just told you. God, what are you do it. We just told you how
Bro,
awesome we are. And we were just about
You
to
removed Thunder Rosa from our opening montage to put you in it, bro. All right? Like you did that. You did that. We have Thunder Rosa, former AEW Women's Champion, shouting out our show, and you removed her from the opening montage to have you in it, and we let that slide.
She got replaced.
We didn't
by
tell you to
Steve.
redo it and take your ass out. We let that go.
Okay.
Former AEW
okay.
Women's Champion.
While you're on the screen. So
Yes.
when we start to announce these beautiful nominations that you all voted on, the wonderful Ecto guy did the graphics
and they're nifty
work.
looking. They're nifty looking. He did a good job. They're nifty.
Oh,
looking.
the best I could put together with the $50 I was given from
There you go.
nobody.
You got 50
There you go.
bucks? Damn.
$50, bro. That's more than what I get.
11
I mean,
videos.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ!
What kind of contract did you sign? You $50. You're making more than we are.
I got that Roman Reigns contract that come around when I want to.
Son of a
2
bitch.
pay-per-views a year.
Love it.
Oh,
Love it.
well, where should we begin tonight? Probably at the. I
What?
don't know. Where do you want to begin?
So I think
tonight?
Roundtable is saying they're live tonight at 8 p.m. I'm assuming that's West Coast time.
Yeah, because
They
we're
are
live
on
at
the
8
West
p.m.
Coast.
Roundtable
So
Pod.
I think they're going to be live at 11
After
p.m.
us.
Eastern time, but 8 p.m.
So if
Pacific.
you're here looking for more wrestling content, go hang out with those.
Oh yeah,
dudes.
always a
They
good time watching those guys over
rock.
there. All right, do we dive right?
So
into
here it
these
is,
Beardie
second
Awards?
annual Beardie Awards. We did this last year. We compiled our own categories. We put them out on the social medias. You guys voted on them, so this is your awards. And yes, we saw the feedback. Some of the stuff this is basically what we watch. This is a lot of heavy North America stuff. Like you said, next year we need to expand a little bit on our horizons. So if you see an award and you don't like the winner, shout it out in the comments. Let us know who you thought should have won. But where do you want to begin? I say, Alex, breakout star of the year. Let's start there. There was a lot of choices. We narrowed it down to this 5.
Five solid nominees. Tough choice. We have a couple people in the chat saying it should be Takeshita. Wait, no, Takeshita. My B.
Takeshita.
I personally, I did vote. I voted for, that was amazing. It
Yeah,
was.
babe,
we have
babe.
one of those for every, that's Alex
Every-
doing a great job. We have one
Yeah,
for every
Alex.
award. We have
And
one
the
for every
winner-
award.
And then why don't we
Wait,
announce
let's
the-
relax.
Oh, I want to get to it.
Fuck, man. We got
I'm-
time. We're only 20 minutes in here. We got to last
fucking
2 hours, bro.
psyched.
Stretch it out.
Oh, I can.
We
last
love the
2
curtain.
hours.
Always. You love all the curtains. Before we announce who the crowd, will you have a drum roll, Ophelia? Trust me, we have a
got
drum roll.
this.
We got everything under control
We
here, guys.
spent Spencer's money.
Yes.
frivolously.
Yes. Our job is breaking the fucking budget, and
We
that's
did
what we
that.
do here at Between Two Beers.
Yeah.
Before we announce the winner, which was voted on by the general public,
But
who did you vote? Plug
did
it.
I vote? I did vote.
I did vote. So who did you vote for in this category?
Admittedly, I voted for Logan Paul.
I did too.
Isn't that crazy? Takeshita's
Yes.
great. Like
Yes,
Roxy,
I
Bebe
almost
saying
voted for
Roxanne's a
Roxanne. I
legend.
feel like Roxanne, but I did vote for Logan Paul. Now I did not look at all the pictures of the winners that are already loaded in here, so I don't know who won everything. But
Yes,
I know he only had 3 matches, and I know if he wins, people are going to be like, bruh. He had 3 matches. All those 3 matches were good, and one of them against Roman could have a strong argument for the best match of pro wrestling this year. Logan Paul is a monster. He's a superstar already. He should fight John Cena at WrestleMania if he's healthy. Get at me. I don't give a shit. Fucking fight me. If he's healthy, he should fight John Cena at WrestleMania. Anyway.
There you go. My camera's all jacked up.
I don't know who's going to win, but without further ado, Pluggo voted for Logan Paul. I voted for Logan Paul. But let's see. Your bow tie is getting over tonight, bro. Let's see.
Oh, that wasn't it.
That was a jokey thing. That wasn't a drum roll. But let's get the drum roll and let's see who the winner taking home the first Beardie of 2022, Logan Paul. Wow. So Logan Paul, what a rookie.
You gotta go this way, JPJ.
What?
There you go. Yeah, Logan Paul. We're hanging out with Logan Paul. Drink Prime.
All right. So Logan Paul.
Thank you. Love the bow.
Wins for breakout
Star
wrestler of the year. I know a lot of people probably won't be thrilled with that. I understand it, but you cannot deny.
And the only
you
reason
cannot deny how good Logan Paul was and what he was asked to do.
It was shockingly good. And you could have went, obviously you could have went with the other 4 candidates in that award and been okay with it, but he came out swinging match 1, and it makes you want to see what he's going to do next. So congratulations, Logan Paul. I don't have all of them memorized from last year. I should have wrote this down, but he joins Braun Breaker as the second ever Breakout Star Beardie Award winner. I only remember that because Braun Breaker ran away with it last year.
Yep, I got it.
Runaway.
All right, why don't we shift our gears?
By the way,
over.
I did see Bebe's comment. Roxy is already a legend. Yes, she was. See, this is the thing with Breakout Star, right? Like a lot of these, like Carmelo Hayes, he was already kind of on the scene, but really took a step forward. Like Roxy started as Ring of Honor champ and then exploded into NXT. And I'm excited to see what Roxy does in 2023.
Oh yeah,
she would have been my second vote because I thought she had a really strong NXT campaign that put her on the map, and that little run she did on the main roster showed I think she's ready. So
yeah, I agree. All right, why don't we dive into? Hey, look I get it. All right, let's dive into. By you, the fans. Yes, these were voted on by you, the fans. So if you are not happy about the outcomes of these Beardie Awards, you got no one to blame but yourself. But yourself.
And we left it open to you could vote as many times.
You could vote every day if you wanted. It wasn't just a one. You could have voted as many times as you wanted.
If you had a person.
You could have spammed this shit if you wanted to.
Listen.
But anyway.
Because this is the most prestigious award in wrestling content.
I want the chat to vote. What award should we go through next? Should we do... Oh, all right. Move over. Undertaker. Roxy is the phenom. She might just be. She might just be. Where should we go next, gang? Should we do Independent Wrestler of the Year, or should we do something like promo or storyline of the year? Where should we go? Where should we go? Let us know in the chat what you're feeling. Best moment of the year. Do we have a moment of the year?
I don't think we had moment. We did.
We had tagged. We had storyline, promo, return, debut of the year. So we have them like kind of divvied up.
We divvied them up.
All right. Let's go with Independent Wrestler of the Year. So let's see the nominees.
Let's preface this before we click on it.
Yes, there are a few.
This is another one where it's like this is just the 5 that we enjoyed.
Correct.
This year,
and a few of these people towards the end of the year got signed to major companies, but this is for the whole year of 2022.
This is
for the majority of the year. Most of these, if not the whole time, these people were independent professional wrestlers
and on the radar. You could still be signed to AEW and whatnot. Like Matt Cardona signed to Impact, but he did a lot of work, right? So you can. The independent thing is just did you have a run on the indies that stood out to us? And correct. Here are the nominees.
Independent wrestling. you have it. Another
God,
great.
I love those graphics.
Yeah, they're great. Another great group of nominees here. Yeah,
So
Bebe
hard
saying
to
it.
whittle
I mean,
that
we
down
got
to
one for
5.
Willow in there. We got Billy Starks. Bebe also saying that they love Blake Christian as well.
Blake Christian had what I would describe, and I personally voted for Blake.
Did you vote? Okay.
Oh my God, he had himself a year. I actually saw him live in person at Warrior Wrestling against Will Ospreay at the beginning of 2022, and it was by far one of the best matches I've seen this year, hands down.
Mhm.
It was insane. God, Blake Christian. But this was one where I had trouble whittling it down to 5.
I had trouble too.
rattled.
I casted my vote for Effie. He was my
Effie had a year.
vote, but I could. Yeah, but Billy Starks did the same. I mean, they're not going to lose to AEW contracted talent.
Yeah,
it's just
they're
not going
not
to
gonna-
happen. You
But
know what I mean?
But Blake Christian, though, has been asked back multiple times. Kind of like Willow took. I think Blake is on the trajectory that he could sign any day now, and we'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But Willow was taking
But
L's all the
Willow,
time.
yeah,
too.
and like and I did not vote for Willow Nightingale. I voted for Effie. Pluggo said he voted for Blake Christian. I would not be shocked if Roundtable is right with Willow for the win. Very popular.
No, Willow also. I was leaning. I would have voted for her as well. I mean, I could have voted twice. Maybe I voted
Billy
twice.
Starks, friend of the show. She's been on this show. She joined us for a full episode last year. So go check that out and on our YouTube channel or in the archives. That was a lot of fun. I would love to get her back
or
on.
super early this year?
Well, it was either super duper early this year, like January, right after the new year, or it was last year. I thought it was last year.
I just remember like I had a leak in my outside faucet and I was listening to the podcast before the show, like chipping away at this mat. I just remember it being cold. So it could have been the winter over here. But like, you know what I'm saying? And AC Mack had a hell of a year.
Yeah. He did.
Dude, I'm telling you.
AC Mack gave us some love on Twitter. He retweeted that tweet. He said, thanks for the nomination. So, that was pretty cool to see there. That was awesome. But without any further ado, let's unveil the winner of the 2022 Beardie for Independent Wrestler of the Year, Willow Nightingale. Not a shock. Not a shock.
LPW. She wrestled for our promotion.
She did.
Here in
LPW. Wrestled for us up in Edmonton on one of our shows, which was a lot of fun. She is officially now elite as she is signed to AEW, but she's super over, has gotten a great pop. I was at the event. I know I've said it before earlier this year in Boston, where the reception for her was so good that they
turned Red Velvet heel. Yeah.
Turned Red Velvet heel because of how that went down, because the crowd was so pulling for Willow Nightingale.
Bebe, you think so? You think he's contracted to
AEW?
He could be. They could be on a deal. Like I said, I would not be surprised if I find out tomorrow that I just think that he is incredibly talented, and I think he kind of fell.
Is he signed to AEW? Is that where they're saying? I'm assuming.
Maybe. But here's my Blake Christian take is he signed to NXT at the wrong time.
Yeah, like right before everything went down.
Like right before they went to the 2.0 thing, and it's like that's not his style. So what I think what happened is he did his best he could in NXT. He had a hell of a year before that. He actually won a few years back my personal, like when I did this before you by myself. It wasn't a Beardie back then. I just used to do this. He won the Independent Wrestler year for me then. He had a chip on his shoulder heading into this year and just like went fucking crazy. So I'm surprised he didn't win, but Willow is no slouch. Willow is fantastic. Willow had a great year, wrestled all over the world. Like I said, she wrestled here for us at LPW. She's a wonderful person. I can't wait to see what she does, but she is your second Beardie winner of the evening.
Yeah. Let's keep this train going. Why don't
August
we go
22, he signed? Hey, that I haven't seen that. No. I'm not saying you're wrong, but that's dope. Congratulations to him. They should sign him. And they do.
Go ahead. No, you go. We got time, bro. No, say it.
I was just saying maybe he signed and he was taking some L's on Dark.
He hasn't got the graphic yet though.
But I haven't seen the graphic, but again, it could be like a hush hush thing, like we'll announce it. But hey, good for him. I love Blake Christian, super nice guy. Like I said, if you get a chance, watch that match. I'm pumping up the wrong guy. He didn't even win.
No, he didn't. So
Willow
fucking cut
won.
the shit.
She rules.
Yeah.
She does rule. She
Yes,
does
she does.
absolutely rule.
She does. All right. Why don't we do now? Let's move over to
Well,
the first two breakout wrestler of the year, independent wrestler of the year. Why don't we go with not the wrestling technique? Why don't we go with the people that could talk? And why don't we go with promo of the year? Why don't we focus on the mic skills?
I'm gonna be disappointed if a certain promo didn't win this thing.
And
That's
which
all I'm
promo?
gonna say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it didn't.
You know which one I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. That's the one I voted for, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to win.
Son of a
What the
bitch.
fuck do
We
you
should
think?
rig this thing.
We should have rigged this one. I should have voted. I should have spammed this one and just voted
But
for it.
yeah, let's go with promo.
But let's go with promo of the year, the next award in the 2022 Beardies.
And the nominees are
So there are the nominees for promo of the year. We have the MJF promo where he told Tony Khan to fire him, called him a fucking mark. That was the time. Drew Nicholas also saying MJF. We have HCW Sports. Good to see you, friends. Saying the Golden God, Bryce Jordan, kicking Jr. from the 2 Count should win this one. And then Drew Nicholas also Big Money Drew saying it has to be MJF. Well, we got MJF, which Bebe saying is mid. We had the Cody Rhodes return promo, WWE, where he's talking about the world title and his dad never winning it and stuff like that. We have the CM Punk, Hangman Page, fuck you promo.
Big Daddy Magic.
We had Big Daddy Magic, which I think is still the best promo of the year. That's what I voted for.
We might need to switch this to talker of the year because there was
just focus on like the individual, like not so much a promo, but the person.
Because my God,
best talker of the year.
MJF had a year.
I mean,
Regal had some good promos out there. Cody stuff. Seth did some good promo work this year. I mean, a lot of people, man. But
I think Dax Harwood, the promo where he talked about his daughter, the fight like an 8-year-old girl. I thought that promo was also excellent and could have been nominated here. I voted for Daddy Magic. I know it was earlier on this year.
Dexter Loomis did a great job in the promo
of course,
game.
yeah. I mean, the facial expressions. Sami Zayn, you can make an argument for. I voted for Daddy Magic. Did you as well?
I did, assuming. Only because I love that.
We were big marks for that.
And
promo.
our buddy, the Wordsmith, reenacted it here on Love Wrestling. You could find it on YouTube, and it was wonderful.
But without further ado, let's all get disappointed at who the people voted for. And let's find out who the winner of promo of the year in the 2022 Beardies is. MJF. I can't blame the Beardie fans. I cannot blame the Between Two Beard fans. The MJF promo was infamous. It was a scathing promo. We didn't see him for months after it happened. It was him begging to be fired, him telling Tony Khan to F off.
In Los Angeles, that was the big LA show too. So like he even said, like, I know you got all those LA execs up here, and I don't care. He is there's no secret. He's a fantastic talker. I was just super attached to the Daddy Magic promo simply because it touched a lot of things for me. As he coming from the place of the father, but MJF, you could have probably just did 5 MJF promos and then that makes sense because
we got Have Guy popping in saying all hail MJF. Bebe saying I wrote mid as kind of a joke to myself. I always wondered where MJF got that mid from, and then one day trying to type MJF onto my phone, it corrected it to mid, made me wonder the origins. Maybe.
That's funny.
I don't think
He
it's a
did-
shock that MJF is winning promo of the year. He is
He
consistently.
did say that mid got over more than he thought it would. He said
Oh,
he said
yeah.
it in a promo, and then it was all over TikTok. It was all over social media.
Yep.
Like the dude is on another level. Like I thought about the promo he did with Regal. We could have put that there. That's why I think maybe in 2023, the Beardie will just be the talker of the year, because like the one he did when he was in Buffalo and he had the Josh Allen jersey on when he came back was really good. Like the dude is just next level with his promos. The stuff he's doing with Starks right now was great. Like
Yep.
you could have just you call this the MJF award. I don't really know if anybody else touched it. I did put in the CM Punk pipe bomb or the brawl out was kind of
Oh
fun.
yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't know if that counts as a promo, but that was pretty.
No, I don't. Does it? I could. I don't know.
It's all
It was to an extent.
we want, but
It was to an extent.
You think MJF will be here to accept the award?
Oh my God! Imagine. Tell you what, we'd be famous tomorrow
we
if
too
he just
big?
popped in here and like cut a promo for 2 minutes and was
you
like, "Fuck you
pieces
and your
of shit."
awards.
Yeah.
I'm out of here." Yes.
Be like,
Oh, we made it. We made it. MJF's here.
we just shut the show down after that. We're like, we can't top that.
We'd be
We're
like,
out.
"No, we got to get out of here."
It's been a good run. Good night.
Peace out.
Oh.
All right, cool. So we are, what was that, 3 down? 3 down, 8 to go? Is that what we're doing here?
We're doing pretty good.
We're rolling.
Tweet
Tweet
at him
at
and
him and see if
oh.
he. Oh, we definitely should tweet that he won.
We're gonna
Do
put
it.
these out on social
We should tweet
media.
all these and tag all the wrestlers that won,
We will.
just for all of them to ignore everything. But with the exact,
Like who?
maybe we'll get lucky. And if MJF saw that and was like, "Fuck you," I'd be like, "Okay, that's it. I've succeeded."
My favorite moment
That's it.
in our award show, short award show history, was last year when we were doing the social medias and AJ Gray lit us up for the
Oh
picture
yeah, he
we
did. Because you
He
used
goes,
the
he
picture.
goes,
of him. He's like,
he goes,
"You had to use that
goddamn
picture."
And I was like,
literally,
sorry.
Yeah, he was not thrilled about the picture choice, but he did say he was humbled in being nominated.
Well, what's up, too,
which was
Smooth
good.
AL coming in the house?
Have I told my MJF story on here? I've had to. I know I've told it on Warren Hayes' podcast.
Was
The
I
one where
on
he
that?
with my friend at the all out after party. Have I told that on here?
I think I don't remember. Retell the story
Okay.
now.
So all out, not all out, all in. The first one before AEW, the first one. They did StarCast, they sold the bracelets, whatever, and I bought a bracelet. And part of the bracelets were you could go to an after party after All In, and the wrestlers were there, and there was a VIP section and a non-VIP section, and there was bars and all sorts of shit going on. So we get there. We are not VIP, but after like 45 minutes, security stopped giving a fuck. So we just kind of mingled our way into the VIP area. And the wrestlers were there. Cody was there. The Elite were there for a hot minute. MJF was there. And this is before AEW. So MJF was like popular, but he wasn't clearly like to the level where he's not going to be mingling with anybody because he's the main eventer. Yeah,
He's not
MJF.
sitting in the rafters with
Correct. So anyway, we're there. We have a drink. The bar is on the other side of this. It's like a banquet hall room. So it's like a decently sized room, but it's not the most giant thing. MJF is at the bar getting a drink. He's walking back across the room. MJF was MJF, but he wasn't correct. That's the perfect way to put it.
There you go.
MJF was MJF, but he wasn't MJF yet, if that makes sense. So he's walking all the way back. So we got a good like 50 feet, maybe 100 feet. He's walking straight towards us. Like when I say straight towards us, beeline.
Yeah.
We all make eye contact. It's me and my 2 friends, my 2 roommates at the time. We make eye contact with them.
Stare to the soul of the devil.
Yeah.
What?
At the time, my friend Doug, he's been on Quizplex a few times here. I believe he was a Quizplex champion at one point. My friend Doug makes solid eye contact with MJF. Like they make eye contact to the point where MJF is probably like 15 to 20 feet away from him. MJF smiles at my friend Doug and puts his hand up like, "Hey, give me a high five."
Oh,
This is MJF doing this.
MJF gives high
My
fives?
friend Doug smiles back, puts his hand up for a high five, and right as MJF walks by, he knocked Doug's hat off his head and just kept walking.
That's awesome. Best story ever, dude. I love it.
Oh, and there's me and my other roommate Jared were just looking right at Doug, laughing. Like we just started laughing hysterically right at like MJF didn't, he was smiling, hand up, Doug went, "Oh shit, all right," and he just knocked his hat off and just kept walking. Didn't stop, didn't acknowledge what he just did. Just all in one solid motion. Just knocked his hat off his head and kept walking.
Kayfabe alive, baby.
It was unbelievable. I'll never forget that story to this moment. It was tremendous. I laughed my ass off for 10 minutes. But anyway, I digress. That's my MJF story. That is my MJF story. It's the closest I've ever come to meeting him. As Drew said, I did laugh my ass off a lot about that. That was a good time. All right.
I would tell that story all the time.
But that's what I'm saying. But I don't want to be the guy that tells the same story 15 times on here. So I know I've told it to Warren Hayes. I just didn't know where it was, but I had to tell that story because it's fucking a
when did you do the Warren Hayes show without me? Or was I there and I just forgot?
I don't know. No.
I might have forgotten.
I don't know. I feel like I told that story anyway.
And that's right. We've been on the Warren Hayes show, Mr. Warren Hayes, friend.
Correct. We have. All right. Why don't we what did we just do? We just did promo of the year. Why don't we do oh god.
Hey, Big Ben.
Big Ben popping in.
What are you gonna Jesus H Christ? How HPW. What is that? Or did you mean to say how does one fit?
Yeah, I think he meant to say how does one fit all that beard in one
screen?
Your commenters impressed me. Thank you.
Yes,
thank you.
Hey, as a fellow member of the Big Hog card carrying community, Ben, how are you, friend? We love you. We miss you.
Yeah.
You rule.
Ben, please help me pick which Beardie Award we're going to do next. Should we do storyline of the year or return/debut of the year?
Yeah, Big Ben.
Let us know. Let us know what you're feeling. Let's fucking go is right, man. Let's fucking go. We're right in the middle of our Beardie Awards. We've only
go follow Big Ben, by the way.
Yeah, go give Big Ben. He's
got a lot of cool stuff coming up. They're shooting some wrestling shows and putting them in the can. And I know that this Beard and Hog member card carrier is ready and excited to see all that, Ben.
Me too.
And hey, he says go with return
debut. All right, let's do it. Let's get the nominees for the 2022 return/debut of the year in the Beardie Awards. Strong category. This is a strong category. And before we dive into it, do this. Ben says he's encouraging us all to watch the watch-alongs for CBPW Uproar, which is going to be a real fun show. So go do that. And he also is giving Alex did great with these nominations. Very, very well done. And then Drew saying that he's biased since he was physically at the show. So he's picking Bray Wyatt.
I personally would have went with Big Ben, the security guard, debuting on SmackDown.
I would agree. I agree. I feel like that should have been nominated, to be honest with you.
What the heck's
next year when we go to 10, you never know. You never know. The thing that's crazy, right? Stone Cold Steve Austin returned and main evented WrestleMania, and I think he's like the third biggest.
Years.
And he's like, first of all, in general, he's like the fifth or sixth biggest wrestling story of the year. Stone Cold Steve Austin returning, and this specific thing here for return of the year, Stone Cold Steve Austin, in my opinion, is like it. It's weird when you think about it, because you would think on any other year it'd be like, no question, Stone Cold came back, like fucking duh, he's gonna run away with this award. But it was like not even close. I don't think he has a chance of winning.
But that's what we're talking about. Last show of the year, and the funny thing is, like, there's still a show left before the new year, tomorrow night, John Cena's coming back. Who knows what's going to
Yeah,
happen?
literally.
there.
We can talk about that after the awards. Like John
But what
Cena
I'm
making
saying
his
is, like,
return
there's been
tomorrow.
so many returns, debuts, storylines, this, that, the other. Like, you said it, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, day one, like, that's the crazy. Like, day one it was a crazy pay-per-view. And we ain't talking about that.
No.
All that shit. It's crazy to me.
You know, there's a lot of good ones. Saraya was a big deal. Stone Cold was
7
clearly a
years
big
for her,
deal.
that was huge.
Yeah, like obviously the MJF one was a little shorter in the storyline.
The Hardy Boys came back.
The Hardy Boys made a return at AEW this year. They weren't even nominated. I think, this is who I voted for. It has to go to Cody, right? I mean, Cody going back to WWE, leaving AEW, going back to WWE. Then he returns at WrestleMania as the American Nightmare with the music, with the getup. Like, it's surreal to think about that was still this calendar year, because it feels like it was forever ago, and he's been out and injured. But between me, it's Cody and Bray, but I voted for Cody, so I think Cody was personally the biggest
Big Venus
return.
saying 1, Big Venus, 2, Cody, 3, Bray. Bray's return was absolutely
incredible.
dope. It
Perfectly
was a
done. Perfectly done.
Which I feel like if you just wanted to talk in that realm of spectacle and just, he would win hands down. But the impact that Cody had throughout the wrestling world, like, that story took over the airwaves for a long time, because it's like, he's leaving the place he founded. Is he actually showing up? There was all these rumors he might show up at the Jacksonville Raw, this, that, and the other. Maybe it's all a work and he's actually coming back. And then he shows up, has a killer match with Seth Rollins at Mania, and has a really solid run, and then gets hurt. But you know, so without further ado, Alex, drum roll please, and the winner return of the year is
Cody Rhodes. Not a shock. Not a shock.
Rhodes, just
incredible.
It was a moment. It was a goosebump moment. You know, wrestling has more than one royal family. And you're like, oh yeah.
Well, you know what the crazy thing is? We're probably only 3, 4. What are we now? Probably like 4 weeks away from another probably big Cody Rhodes return, as he's probably going to return and win the Royal Rumble. But yeah, I mean, like you said, that the reaction for Bray was unreal. The Cody Rhodes thing was like, it was more of a bigger deal. Like the Cody, like I think you said it perfectly. Like the Cody Rhodes thing at the moment and when it happened kind of changed the landscape of wrestling. Like that was like, it was holy shit. Cody Rhodes, the guy who helped found AEW, is leaving AEW and he's going back to the place that he fucking left to make it was just such this crazy thing, you know?
And I think you and I touched on it last week when we were talking about the nominees. Not only did it change the wrestling landscape because he was a huge name that jumped ship, it also set the tone for, like, if you don't treat Cody right, why would FTR come? Why would MJF in 2024 come if you're just going to shit on Cody when he gets there? Yeah. So there was all these, and this
a
was
lot of things were riding on.
Again, this was Vince wasn't out yet. So it was like Cody's coming into the Vince, and if Vince decides to be a jerk to Cody and like put him back in Stardust mode and have him job out, he's never going to sign another person of Cody's stature from AEW ever. So it opened the door. Like, this was huge. So yeah, Big Ben. We spelled Big Ben wrong according to Cody Rhodes. That's funny way to spell Hab guy. We should name an award after Big Ben. Next year we'll have a Big Ben award, and it could be for the person who has the biggest hog, but clearly he'd win it every year. So just
of course. Of course. Duh. I think that is very fitting.
We did this comment is Big Ben said, I was working Raw in Chicago like 3 weeks before Mania, and the vibe of it being Cody or not Cody was wild. Yeah. There was just nobody had like a true official beat on it.
It was one of those things where like everybody knew it was going to be Cody, but nothing official had come out that it was going to be Cody. So it's the same thing with like CM Punk like in 2021. It was unwritten that it was going to be CM Punk who was going to be at the United Center, but nobody really knew until the music hit. And it was like, holy shit, CM Punk's here. Same thing with Cody. Like we had the reports from the guys we all believe, the Sean Ross Sapps of the world, and hey, it's Cody. It's gonna be Cody. And we were all like, it's gonna be Cody. But until that fucking the lights went out and you heard, wrestling it was like, holy shit, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had to send that Big Ben comment to Mrs. Pluggo real quick.
Hog of the year. Hog of the year. Party
Real
time.
Recognize real Big Ben. But
all right.
If you're in the chat and you're watching, let us know what you thought was the return debut of the year. Why don't we just keep on rolling? What I'm saying, why don't we just keep on going and do storyline of the year? Because
that's where I was heading. All right, that works for me.
I was gonna say, look at us firing on all cylinders. So I will admit, I made a mistake when I wrote.
Oh yeah, Pluggo will need to explain this. He goofed.
I put Cody in the voting, returning WWE story of the year. I meant to put it Sasha and Naomi. Now, ultimately, I don't know if they would have won. They probably would have finished second, or it would have been a little closer. So
this is the one award that I feel like we all knew what was winning. It was a landslide victory in this one, I would assume.
So we don't officially know who won yet, but if you see like, oh, I didn't end up voting for Sasha and Naomi because they weren't on the ballot.
Wait, are we doing storyline of the year? Or are we doing news story of the year? We're doing news story.
News story.
Okay, because I was going to say storyline is coming, Ben. We're doing news story.
News story. So I'm all over the place. I made a mistake, but I'm not perfect, No. So
we are doing news story of the year, and then after that, we'll do storyline. Let's do the real news story and then storyline. So let's see the nominees for the 2022 Beardie Award for news story of the year.
Okay, hold on. I got Alex. I love the graph, but if you have to pick the creepiest possible photo of Vince McMahon,
that was the best one I could find on.
I was like, oh God.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I mean, I don't think you have to apologize. I think that's a proper photo. He's signing a $100 bill of himself in that photo. Is there not a more accurate depiction of Vince McMahon?
Yes, because it's accurate. All right, Alex.
I just thought the dinosaur behind him was cool.
Oh, so, we got TFA. Do we got?
All right. Bye, Alex. Oh,
we got a girl here. We got our friend.
Is that TFA?
That is TFA. I'm pretty sure that's our friend.
Said, do it again. Get out of here.
Exactly. Thank you.
TFA.
Thank you for doing my job for me, TFA. Thank you for popping in here. One of our absolute love in the world. One of our favorites in the world. She hopped in right as we're about to crown the 2022 Beardie Award for News Story of the Year. I think this was probably the most one-sided affair.
News Story of the Year. TFA, congratulations on your clandestine.
Oh, LPW.
LPW Tag Team Wrestlers of the Year. I'm going to just Mrs. Pluggo in the house. What's up, Mrs. Pluggo? Wrestling's royalty in the house. Yes, Mrs. Pluggo is
TFA and the winner of the Best Tag Team Award at the LPW. So that's always a
TFA.
Pleasure.
Hit us up in the DMs. We got to get you on the show in the new year. JPJ is a little jealous that you co-hosted with just me. We got to.
She did an admirable job filling in for me. I needed help.
I'm gonna do a little sucking up just for a second. If TFA isn't on Indie Wrestler of the Year nominations next year, what the fuck are we doing? We're doing something wrong.
I agree. We personally, here's the thing though.
You weren't here last week. We
personally we made the decision to avoid nominating LPW people because we were doing our own awards with LPW.
Because we didn't want to.
So that's the only reason.
Okay.
That's the only reason.
But next
that
year we're
none
not
of our LPW
next
people
year
were
we're throwing out all
nominated
the
in
rules.
these.
Who cares?
But next year we're going to open up to more nominees. We're going to involve everybody. But we
There we
made
go.
that because we knew the LPW awards were doing their first time awards, and we did not want to impede. So we left off all LPW talent on our awards.
Gotcha.
That's the reason. TFA, yes, I will be down
Alex.
for that anytime you would like.
Yes,
Let's
she said,
do
let's
it.
do, and then you'll have to explain the Taco Tuesday. Still one of my favorite moments of 2022 is
I'm ready.
TFA not understanding that Taco Tuesday meant you actually go out for tacos, not ladies' night.
Unbelievable. Anyway, without further ado,
put on
we
a
all
fake beard. It was amazing.
she
Next time,
filled.
threesome.
It was incredible. It was incredible.
TFA, slide into those DMs. We will make it happen.
Let's
Early
make it happen.
2023.
Yes.
Let's get you on. We'll set the year up. We'll start the year off right. That's all I'm going to say.
I am ready for that. But without further ado, I think we all know who's going to win this one. I feel like this is a landslide. The winner, Vince McMahon, retiring / I don't like, let's use the real term. He was removed in shame.
Removed in shame.
He was removed in shame. But yes, I mean, look, listen. I think you can make an argument that that is the biggest wrestling news story ever.
Yes.
To be honest with you.
Because again,
we're of the same age. I'm in my mid to late 30s. You are, I think, a year younger than me or so like that. But like we are within our same age. We never experienced wrestling without Vince McMahon. If it wasn't for Vince McMahon, wrestling would not be at the level it is today, to the point where you and I would probably be talking and doing these award shows right now.
Don't
if it wasn't for Vince McMahon.
TFA is just another level. We love her.
Oh, we love TFA.
But we know what we should. We should get Big Ben and TFA on and just shut the internet down.
We should. I'd be
saying.
all for it.
That's what I'm saying.
But I feel like
yes.
the Vince McMahon being removed and not being in charge of WWE, you can make an argument that it's the biggest news story of all time, because most of us have never experienced a wrestling world without Vince McMahon.
100%.
And
100%.
It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. I knew once we were making that award, I was like, look, a lot of news stories have happened. We should make this award, but we all know who's going to win. It's going to be Vince, because how the hell is it not Vince? Vince, we're all, again, I'm not going to say all, because that would be unfair, but the majority of us probably wouldn't be wrestling fans to the extent that we are if it wasn't for Vince McMahon in one way or another. Right. Well, so, it is what it is.
I have to go through the poll and see the voting, but it was a landslide, which is crazy again, because it was 2022. Cody coming back, Naomi and Sasha walking out, the brawl out, like just Tony Khan bought ROH, was floundering. Like there's just so many things that happened this year where you're like, that's a hell of a news story. And it was like Vince was just like, I'm gonna go ahead and do some dumb shit and get removed from my post, and landslide victory. That was crazy. It was it took over. The Wall Street Journal got involved. Big news outlets picked the story up. Like this is how I personally deem, like, if a news story is as big as it sounds, is when ESPN picks you up and puts you on the front. If you're Vince McMahon and you're stepping down and that makes the front page of ESPN.
mean, the whole thing was started on Wall Street Journal. It wasn't like it was a wrestling news site that came out with the first report that Vince might be in trouble. You know what I mean? Like this was national news from the jump, Right. And it was different. It was different. It was wild. Vince. So Alex telling us that Vince got 37 votes. Which was the most of all the categories. So this got the most votes, most everything. So that goes to tell you of how much of a landslide victory this was for Vince. But let's keep
not in a good way. And not in a good way.
No, it was not a good one.
It was not a good thing. So I don't know if he wants to accept this, Beardie, but
we're gonna tag his ass. We're fucking, you bet your ass we're tagging him. See what he says.
Yeah,
maybe he'll come on the show. He's got
literally
nothing
nothing compares to Vince stepping down. What other head of a company that had that much impact on both companies and business? Yeah, like, because again, and you said it perfectly, like a lot of us don't know wrestling without Vince. His footprint is all over. every company that has came up since the WWE, like they've wanted to be the WWE in the sense of like that successful. Everybody's chasing this, like from a financial,
it's everything.
It's all
the fact
of it.
that like wrestling is on TV, the fact that
It's
wrestling
Vince.
has video games, the fact that all this stuff is because of Vince. Because Vince in the 80s had I'm taking over the world. I'm taking over the world here. And it was all like, regardless of whether you were a WCW person or you weren't, whatever, like we all agree that, you know, he was not a great person and what happened to him was just in him being removed and like he's not a great guy. But at the end of the day, like AEW wouldn't be on television the way it is if Vince didn't do it first. Like everything that we see and the scope of professional wrestling and where it is and the fact that we can have weekly shows and there's Fightful and Love Pro Wrestling and Wrestling Inc. and WrestleZone and all these sites, that all doesn't happen if Vince McMahon doesn't have the vision that he had to make wrestling and WWE what it is. Like that, that's just me speaking truths. Whether WWE was always your favorite or wasn't your favorite, like Big Ben said, the business side of it, we are all not living in this wrestling world that we're living in right now if Vince McMahon never existed. Period. However you feel about the guy. And yeah.
That's it. That's how
it is what it is. It is what it is. Just an incredible story. Just not a good one. Not a good one, but just an incredible story of him being removed. Just wild.
I don't know why I just saw this threesome big penis. It writes itself.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
I'll take that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. You hear us?
Nitro was live first, but the only reason
was in a direct shot at
Correct.
the WWE going, if they're going to be taped, we're going to like. Bischoff's
that was it.
Thing was just do everything.
It was all reactionary to what Vince was doing. The only reason Nitro went live was because they wanted to take down WWE, who was run by who? Vince. It all circles around Vince. He's the guy.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like every company's trying to be number one and take him down, and like I love Nitro. I was a Nitro kid growing up.
Yeah, 100%. And Philly's saying if you talk wrestling to non-fans, even they know. Of course.
Yeah.
If you talk to wrestling to non-fans, the three names you'll most likely hear the most are John Cena, Hulk Hogan, and Vince McMahon. Those. You mean Hulk Hogan?
What a great.
Yeah, honestly. And I feel bad for Cena because he seems like the only good guy out of the group.
Yeah.
But like,
you mean that
Hulk Hogan stuff?
Yeah,
Hulk Hogan hasn't wrestled for 20 years. Get it together.
I don't know if that's true. He's wrestled, hasn't he?
Yeah, I know. But
you know what I'm saying.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But those are the names they say. Oh, yeah, Hulk Hogan stuff? WWF? Yeah,
buddy.
All
right. So storyline.
So that was the news story of the year. So now let's switch it over to storyline.
In-ring storylines of the year.
Yeah, you just watched the finger. Yeah, after Tony's comments, Tony Khan did do a full hour-and-a-half interview with the Grab City guys, which was
get me excited.
Which was very good.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, it was very good.
That. Oh,
very good. It was on Select. I don't know when or if it'll be for the general public. Only us privileged people get that because we pay the $5 to be on Select.
Show our friends at Fightful some love. They're good people.
Yeah, but they don't. They don't really need it. You can just donate.
Tomorrow night at 2:30, Pluggo is on vacation for 9 days, so I've got a lot of stuff.
9 days, bro. Who'd you have to?
Well, yeah, the weekend, and then the whole week, and then the weekend. Beauty. Yeah, baby.
Oh, you watch it on regular YouTube, so maybe it's on regular YouTube now. That Tony Khan. It was a good interview, though. It was very worth the listen. Very good.
We felt it would have been a malpractice on our part to not talk about the news stories that happened outside of the ring. This is going to be the storylines that happened within the ropes. And again, we whittled it down to 5. It was hard. There was a lot of great stuff, but here are your nominees for storyline of the year. For those that missed last week's episode, I totally threw Dom and Rhea in the votes just for shits and giggles.
I think that's 100% just.
I
think that's 100% just.
I was like, I'm not even telling JPJ. We're putting it in.
I had no problem with that. Did you see the video of Dom getting arrested on Christmas?
Yes, I did.
Incredible.
But yes, Hab guy. I talked about Vince retiring the 9 days off. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. So this new job I have, the shoot job. Full disclosure, this is like one of the first longest stretches I've ever just had one job where I just like. I would used to, like when I was younger, I would work my second job on vacation from my other jobs and make up the money. So I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I'm not used to going on like, I'll be here next week though. Don't worry. But I'm just taking.
You're not going away? Is it a staycation?
No, we're spending, Mrs. Pluggo and I are spending that back half of the Christmas break. As Drew said, thank you to the public schools. Our kids get through the 6th off here up here in Indiana. So they get the whole next week off. They don't have to go back on the 2nd. So we're doing that. We're going to hang out, have a good time.
Mom hit mommy.
Yeah, mom hit mommy. That stuff is great.
I love it. They did the thing. They ruined Thanksgiving, and now Dom got arrested on Christmas.
I wouldn't have felt comfortable putting Rhea as breakout star of the year in 2022 if we would have did like a comeback player of the year or something like that, because she kind of had that awkward moment after she lost to Charlotte where they didn't know what to do with her. But she and Dom, this has just worked. We could have just said Judgment Day as a storyline.
Yeah,
because she's the vehicle of this thing. It's put her over. It's made her a star. The MJF Regal stuff was phenomenal.
Really
yeah.
I mean, for me, it's Bloodline. It's Bloodline all day.
Yeah. Oh my, Sami Zayn. I told you, wrestler of the year.
He could have been. He could have been.
Should have been.
I think he'd have to go perform. I think maybe we'll have 2 different ones next year: Performer of the Year and Wrestler of the Year.
That's
separated
like the
a bit.
NFL doing like.
But my main argument with Sami Zayn was, if he's going to get nominated for Wrestler of the Year, there needs to be some of the like. He is not getting over because of his wrestling matches. He's getting over because of what's been going on with the story of the Bloodline, and his insertion into it did at the time breathe new life into it, and it's continuing. And when the crescendo happens, which I think should be soon, when the crescendo happens, it could start tomorrow. It could start tomorrow with that tag match.
You think they're losing?
I think John Cena's winning. Yeah.
You think so?
I don't think John Cena comes back and he's losing that match. I could see Sami Zayn maybe fucking up and it causes them to lose. And now, again, I don't want to steer too away from the Beardies because we still got a handful of awards to do. But like now, the rumors are that Roman might potentially lose one of the belts before WrestleMania. So if that is true, which I don't know if it will be, but if that is a true thing or turns out to be true, what if Sami fucks up and like causes Roman to lose one of the titles? Then that's an easy way for Roman to be like, fuck you, you're out.
So we're saying takes him out, Bloodline wins the.
I think Vince was the most dominating victory. I would be shocked if this was not the second most dominating victory. But I think this is a runaway for the Bloodline.
Well, without further ado, here's your winner for storyline. The ones.
Makes sense.
It makes sense. I mean,
makes sense. That the end of that War Games match, the storyline told in that with the Bloodline, you can even see Roman looking at Sami like that right there, like, wow, you proved, like, you proved it to me that you're here, you're real,
The stories between Jay and Sami, Solo Sikoa's inclusion, Paul Heyman, who isn't pictured in that. Roman's trajectory, like everything, just they have so much going on to the point where one of the biggest criticisms of SmackDown is it's so Bloodline centric that the rest of the show kind of sucks. But that's just how good the story has been, that they're just like, let's just keep going. This was supposed to like fizzle out, and then the Sami thing just took off. And again, I think, and I said it last week and I've said it before, I think Sami Zayn has benefited heavily from the Cody Rhodes injury, because I think the trajectory was Cody Roman sooner than later, and then they were like, and then Sami has taken the ball and ran with it in this Bloodline story, and I think they hit gold and they didn't expect to.
Yeah, I would agree. And Hab Guy, he has been saying it for a while that Sammy costs Roman a title, or even Jay helps.
Yeah.
I think the helps is like accidentally helps, but like some way Roman loses is due to Sammy. And then that is the end where Roman then turns on Sammy and kicks him out. And that's where we get what we're all expecting to be a tremendous storytelling and tremendous shit.
Storyline of the year, us versus the Rads.
Next year, if it continues, it could be. It could be.
Rich King was talking trash. Maybe
he was.
He was talking a little garbage on the internet this morning.
Sure fucking
but
was.
If you do want to get into shape heading into 2023, our feelings about Rich King aside, he's a fantastic personal trainer. Hit him up at RK Athletics once. He'll get you on the right program that works best for you. He can do virtuals. If you're in his area up in Canada, he probably will meet you at a gym, I would assume, because he's that kind of guy. He's a nice dude when it comes to personal training. When it comes to gimmicks, though. So hit up RK Athletics, our day one sponsor, as the ones won the storyline of the year.
Booyah.
Booyah.
All right. Let's keep it going. We have 5 awards left. No, I lied. No, we have 5 left. I'm lying. Yeah, that's
Alex is... Either he's waving at us.
I shouldn't have second guessed myself. I was counting.
Hey, the boss is here.
Oh, we got Spencer popping in.
Hey, friends. Had a friend over for dinner.
Okay.
That's fine.
Well,
What'd you have for dinner, boss? Because I'm starving.
Yeah, we're here. We have 5 more
never
awards
invite
to
us
go
over
through.
For dinner.
So why don't we do tag team of the year? And then we'll save our final 4 big ones.
Spoiler alert, it's not the Rads.
No, the Rads, again, not nominated. Nominated. How, we just put over Rich King in our Athletics, and that's a great. Go follow them. But I know Rich King was talking some shit a little earlier today to us on the Twitter.
Yeah.
He must, they just must be real salty that the LPW tag champs didn't even win tag team of the year. Must be salty to live, Maybe that's why he's angry, barking at us that they didn't get nominated.
Our girl TFA had that on lock. TFA, MRB, Stephen Crow, they know what's
Just
up.
saying. Just saying.
Salty.
Just saying. But
anyway,
all right. Let's check out the 2022 Beardie nominees for Tag Team of the Year.
We should have.
It does feel like the Academy Awards. You're damn right it does. It's of the same prestige, baby. These Beardie Awards are on the same level. The same level.
That's right. Again, I'm surprised nobody was available to come accept awards on their behalf.
Yeah, I know.
We would have tried
this is a strong category. Those are 5 good tag teams.
This is a strong category in the sense that this is another one where we could have went down a rabbit hole and put 10 to 15 teams out there if we wanted to. My personal, I know who I think won. I think it's FTR, right? They had a hell of a year. Again, I don't know if it wasn't for the Acclaim though. Exploded.
I thought when I was looking at these nominees, I was like, the 2 that are going to stick out is the duh ones, or FTR and the Usos, right? Yeah. But I feel like the Acclaimed, they're fucking over, man. Like they so over.
Single-handedly kept FTR from probably winning.
Literally, yes.
Those AEW tag
they are
titles.
So over. I thought maybe they could shock the world and bring home the Beardie as well, but I think this year has been very much about FTR getting their flowers, and I think their flowers continue in the form of a
Also,
2022
we're
Beardie
nominated
Award.
for Feud of the Year with the Briscoes. Those 3 matches were insane. So you couple that with they've wrestled everywhere. They've held 3 sets of tag titles. Again, I'm shocked they haven't had the AEW tag titles this year. So why don't we just get down to it? And without further ado, drum roll, please, the winner of the tag team of the year.
FTR, not a shock. Not a shock. They were the belt collectors at the beginning of the year. They were the IWGP, the Ring of Honor, and the AAA. A lot of people throughout the year thought they were going to add the AEW tag belts to that to complete. But now in the last couple of weeks, we've seen them drop the Ring of Honor titles. We've seen them drop the AAA titles. Yeah. They're most likely going to drop the IWGP titles next week at Wrestle Kingdom.
That pick is dated now.
The pick is dated. I don't think they're going to have any belts after next week.
Scissor me.
But with that being said,
yes,
very deserving of Tag Team of the Year. They stood out. They got their flowers. I did not know I needed an FTR babyface run until I had it right in front of me, and it was just so fun to watch. Those 3, and we're going to dive into Feud of the Year next, but those 3 matches they had with the Briscoes are 3 of the greatest tag matches you will ever see. Very fitting, and like Spencer says, killed it everywhere. Everywhere they went, every match they had, you knew they were going to fucking put on a show. Very deserving. FTR, your 2022
the Usos, which is
Beardie
crazy.
Awards. The Usos, I mean, I'm assuming they finished second. Maybe the Acclaim overdid. I don't know. But the Usos were basically champions the whole year as well. So
there wasn't any real threat to take the titles off.
And I think that was the problem. I think FTR did it with multiple threats, multiple companies, multiple champions. The Usos, yes, they are the undisputed tag team, but realistically, once Orton went down and RKO was off the books, what tag team was really a threat? Like, there wasn't one. There still isn't.
And accepting the award on FTR's behalf, Phil Brooks, a.k.a. CM Punk.
Exactly. All right. Let's dive in. So here's what we'll do. We'll do Feud of the Year, then we'll do our female and male, and then we'll end this shit on Match of the Year for the last award. I feel like that's the way we should go about it. I love FTR because they feel like they are the brain busters. Yeah. That's what they feel like to me. Like this version of
the music is 80s, the vibe is 80s. When they had Tully with them, it was full on 80s. Like, they're just a classic throwback. I mean, we were talking about him earlier. Jungle Boy made a comment saying he didn't want him in AEW because he thought that he'd have to change his style to fit theirs. But no,
they can work with anybody. They can work with any anybody.
Style. They don't. Yeah. They just constantly.
I think
banger after banger after.
I think
steal the line from Shane.
Me and Drew have talked about this on Firmly AEW, which will be returning next week. But I think, honestly, this is not a joke. I just think when all is said and done, they will go down as the greatest tag team in the history of professional wrestling. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Do I think they're there now? No, but I don't think they're far away from it already now. And I think whether they end up going back to the Fed at some point or they just stay doing what they're doing, if they do what they're doing for another 3, 4, 5 years at this level, no matter the company, I believe when all is said and done, they will be looked at as one of, they already are one of, but they will be looked at as one of, if not the greatest tag team in the history of professional wrestling. I feel strong about that. FTR.
Good. All
right. So without further ado, we got 4 more awards. Let's slide on over to Feud of the Year.
Look, Drew, I'm excited.
Feud of the Year. And there you go. Hab guy agreeing with me. I feel the same. And at the end, they will be number 1. Let's go. Feud of the Year 2022 Beardie Awards. Let's see them nominees. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Another strong. Had some good feuds there. Roman and Brock were basically from the beginning of the year. I mean, it's been a feud for about 8 years now, but like from the beginning of the year.
I mean, Brock destroyed a goddamn wrestling.
I was going to say from the beginning of the year through SummerSlam, we had Roman and Brock going at it. Seth and Cody had 3 really good matches. One of which we might see a little bit later in our last group of nominees of the night. Bianca and Becky. That feud lasted phenomenal. They had, in my opinion, still the best match of WrestleMania weekend. Blackpool Combat Club and Jericho, that's still going on. That shit's still going on. So that was a long-form feud. At its peak, I would say so. They had 3 matches spread out throughout the whole year. And with all the online stuff, the Twitter exchanges, the promos online, I think so.
I see that was one of those baby where it's like, but again, all the stuff you said.
I'm going to be honest with you. I have a feeling that one's probably going to win. So I have a feeling that
I also have a feeling that they'll figure something out if FTR stays and the Briscoes are a Ring of Honor, maybe they'll but I don't know. I just felt like you couldn't. The 3 matches they had were 3 of the best matches of the year, and they did a lot of online work. It wasn't television, but it was a good feud.
I mean, that's who I voted for. I voted for them as feud of the year. That's who I personally voted for. I have a feeling we're about to see FTR take home back-to-back Beardie Awards right here.
Yeah, he loves the FTR. But it's just, no, you're right. You're not wrong. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. Like, your opinion is completely valid. It is tough. I couldn't do it. I couldn't take them off the list. I couldn't slot anybody else in there over them. That was just how hard it was to do.
Yep.
So without further ado, kind of has to be who is the winner? Yay!
FTR
back to
and the Briscoes, back-to-back Beardies right there for FTR. Back-to-back. I mean,
they're cleaning up.
They are. They are. And they are nominated for at least one more in our final 3 as well. I think
you're looking at why.
I think you're looking at both those teams are nominated for Match of the Year, one of their matches. I understand the argument saying, is it really a feud when they're not in the same company and they didn't really have on-screen promos against each other, like on TV or anything like that. I mean, it's hard. The match from Supercard of Honor, in my opinion, was the best of the 3. It's one of the all-time great standard tag team matches you will ever see. Yeah. I was there live for the 2 out of 3 falls, which was also a masterpiece. And then the double dog collar match from just a couple weeks ago was brutal and beautiful and everything you could imagine. We just talked about FTR in general. Mm-hmm. They killed it everywhere. They did everything. And I think these 3 matches will stand the test of time as far as tag team wrestling goes. Like, people will look back and be like, yo, those 3 matches that's like tag team wrestling to a T. That's who I voted for. I think it's a very fitting victory for the Briscoes and FTR to win feud of the year there.
I can't argue there. I think you hit all those points beautifully. You did a wonderful job articulating it.
Thanks.
You're really good at this.
I try my best.
But no, with wrestling, this is the thing. We've been saying it for 2 weeks now. I think next year we're going to have to dive into maybe a few more, because there's just so much good wrestling out there across so many different companies. But the hatred, I guess, the kayfabe, whether it's kayfabe or real, the hatred those 2 tag teams had throughout the year on socials. Basically, FTR and the Briscoes saying, we want the match. Make somebody figure out how to make it happen. Who knows if that also factored into Tony Khan going, well, I'm going to buy ROH so I can make sure this match happens. Because, of course, the Briscoes, Warner didn't want them on TV.
Yep.
That was part of it. I don't know. I'm just saying, like you said, those 3 matches ruled. So they win. Look at that, 2. Are they the first 2 times?
I mean, they got back. They just won back-to-back. Did they win anything last year? Were they nominated?
Well, I'm just saying,
it's okay. The matches were great. We have bigger things to figure out in this world rather than was this a feud or not. That's good perspective, friend. That's good perspective.
You're damn
At the end of the day, we're just talking about wrestling, man. It ain't that serious. It ain't that serious. Ben saying, "How the fuck do
We
I
just
win a
told
Beardie?"
you. Like next year, we're gonna have the Big Ben Hog Award. And you're
Yeah,
gonna win
that's
it
going to be
and
our
the-
Warrior Award. It's going to be the Big Ben Hog Award. It's going to be our version of the
We're gonna
Warrior
have
Award.
somebody walk out this
That's
this year's Warrior
This year's recipient, not even a nominee,
Of
just
the
this year's recipient
of the Hog
of the Big Ben
Big
Hog
Ben.
Award. That's what it's going to be, like our version
Who's
of the
gonna-
Warrior Award. That's what we're going to do.
Could you think we could get what's her name, Dana Warrior or whatever? her name
No, I'm going to say she's not going to be in on that. I'm going to be like,
Can't win my
what if you're just the presenter every year? You could just be the presenter to give your Hog Award out.
You pick the best
No.
hog in the business. And
I tried. All right. Let's go. The Big Ben Hog Award. Yeah, we did. Well, we will. We will talk about that. You
Joe
think we're fucking
Pearl
around?
in the house. We're not.
Oh, we got Joel Pearl.
Big Bent Hog.
Good to see you,
is
my
the
friend.
hog
We have
bent?
3 Beardie Awards left. Good to see Joel in here. Probably ramping up. Is Impact is live tonight? Yeah, or are they preempted for the
Yes.
holidays? They're doing their thing tonight, right?
Well, there's still a show. I just got the notification before we started. So
And I'm
Gino-
sure Joel is. Oh, you're off tonight. All right. Well, I was just about to plug you. I'm
No.
going to plug you anyway on Thursday nights
after you
at
leave
10
us,
p.m. right after us. So you can watch us and then slide on over to Fightful. You can watch Joel and his great Impact review show that he has over there. So go give him some love and watch them. You can watch us, and then once you're done with us, not on Quizplex night. On Quizplex night, you watch Quizplex, okay? But on all the other
then you
nights,
catch Joel.
you can go watch Joel.
But you can
after
always
us at
catch
10
Joel
p.m.
and Tim on Sunday mornings.
Yep,
too,
Sunday
over at Fightful.
mornings or afternoons. They do that over there too on Overbooked. I'm usually in the chat weekly over there.
Yeah.
We're big fans of Joel Pearl around here, so go give him some love.
Give
all
him
right.
some love and give him your monies.
That's true, but give us our monies first.
Can I have a Beardie for most?
You would have to
handsome
run that by the boss, but I would not. I'd be perfectly okay.
Why
with
would he have to
giving out
run it
that
by the
award.
boss? He wants a Beardie, which we can do that. We can just say,
I mean,
Beardie.
yeah, we can. Yeah, we
just
can do
read
that.
what we want. And the winner of the Beardie for the most handsome Quizplex champion is the biggest hog carrying member in the chat, Big Ben.
Yeah, gotta love it.
Done. It's already,
All right,
it's in the mail.
over. Let's
So-
slide on over. We are going to
We
do
don't
female.
we don't ask Spencer permission. We
true.
just do things, and then
That's
he
true.
yells at us on Friday mornings in his lush Canadian office with the beautiful. He has artisanal waters. He doesn't have the dinosaur on the wall that Vince McMahon has. I think that's because we spend all of his money, but he yells at us all the time, and we just say it is what it is. We
Yep.
do us. We the
100%.
ones. We the ones, baby.
We are.
Anyway.
All right, let's slide over to female wrestler of the year. Without further ado, let's
This
check out
was
these.
a tough one for me.
All
but
the
these are
rest of these
five.
3 were tough ones. The rest,
Very
I mean, a
tough.
lot of them were tough ones tonight, but these 3 are the last 3, and they're all pretty tough. So let's see the nominees for the 2022 Beardie Award for Female Wrestler of the Year. Strong category here. They're all awesome. You know, I know the year didn't end well for Mandy Rose as far as employment goes. Financially, it did. But as far as employment goes, obviously with her getting released, but she was NXT Women's Champion for
Not that we have to
basically-
explain ourselves, internet.
No. She was basically NXT Women's Champion the whole calendar year up until a couple weeks ago.
Yes. Who's
Joe Pearl
gonna
making me laugh.
join Big Ben as a Beardie Award
Joe
winner?
Pearl making me laugh. Joe Pearl making me laugh. But yeah, Mandy Rose is NXT Women's Champion the majority of the year. Jade Cargill still undefeated TBS champion. Jordan Grace had one hell
and she
of
had
a year. Unbelievable year over on Impact.
That match she had with Masha Slamovich.
That match, yeah, I did get around to watching it. That match with Masha Slamovich was fucking holy moly. Incredible. Becky Lynch, super in-ring. You can make an argument that until she separated her shoulder in SummerSlam, in-ring, she might have been having her best year. Like from an in-ring perspective, Becky Lynch, every match, killed it.
I'm going to go on the record of saying Ronda Rousey did not make the cut because she disrespected my man, Big Ben.
That's true. And she sucks. She's just not good anymore. I don't know what the deal is, but she's just not good.
And you can't.
And then Bianca Belair.
Killed it. You
can make an argument again. Even though last year she was the champ the majority of the year, and this year she was the champ for a long time still, but Bianca Belair is just a superstar. She can win this award every year for the next decade, maybe. Like that's how good that woman is. So a super strong. I voted for Bianca Belair. That's who I voted for.
Women's wrestling had a killer year in 2022. That's all. I mean, Rhea Ripley could have made this list. Maybe she had a solid year once she got healthy.
Think of the people that aren't on this list, like Jamie Hayter. There's a lot of Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker. There's a lot of people.
Charlotte Flair.
Injured,
but it's just
there's a lot of people that could be nominated. And again, we just really strictly pay attention to North American wrestling, but there's a ton of real good ladies over in Japan that could be on this list. TFA, if we're including LPW people and Canadian, like there's a whole slew of talented ladies all over the place.
So without further ado, who is going to join Big Ben as a Beardie Award winner for female?
Bianca Belair, not a shock. Did she win it last year too? Is this her second consecutive?
No.
Who won it last year? Deonna? Britt?
No. It was either Britt or Thunder Rosa last year, if I'm not mistaken. Belair was nominated.
Of course.
She's had a hell of a run.
Fantastic.
She deserved it. Her work with Becky was amazing. I'm so excited. I'm glad to see I think this Alexa Bliss storyline is going to be a lot of fun with her and I can't speak.
Yeah.
Belair. I think that's going to be good. So we'll see what she does in 2023. But congratulations to Bianca Belair. Congratulations to all the nominees. Welcome to the club. That's right.
We rock big things over here. Damn right. You're damn right you do. All right. Now, without further ado, let's check out the male side of things and check out the 2022 nominees for the Beardie Award for Male Wrestler of the Year. Ben, it's okay. I know we have heat. I will tell you that Speedball was in the discussion.
Was number 6.
He was literally. Literally.
That's what I'm saying. We
Literally.
gotta open this thing up. Speedball's year was
incredible.
insane.
Especially like around Mania time. He wrestled like 178 times or something like that.
I was gonna say, how
insane.
many matches do you think Speedball Bailey wrestled in 2022?
I'm sure you can look it up, but I'm gonna say 260.
I was gonna say like 300.
Probably. And Hab Guy, I agree with you. This one was super tough to vote for. You can make an argument for all 5 of those men. You can make an argument for people that weren't even nominated, like Speedball and a few others as well.
Adam Page had a year.
Adam Page had a good year. CM Punk had a good year. Like, there's a lot of people. I don't think you're wrong.
I don't think you're wrong. I really don't. It's a tough. We love Speedball Bailey over here for sure.
There you go.
Getting a
you got to start young, bro. You got to start young, Smooth. You got to start young.
Keep it,
keep it going.
Keep it going. Let it. It's gonna get weird. It's gonna get weird, my friend. I've had some
patchy, itchy. It's gonna happen. You got to get fucking persevere.
Yeah,
persevere through it.
There are some times you do got to reset, but that's okay early on. But it comes. This wasn't. I didn't do this overnight. I'm sure you didn't make your beard happen overnight. Again, this was one of the tougher categories for us. I think we sat on it. Speedball had 136 matches, and
that's it. Wow, I thought it would be more.
82 of them were WrestleMania weekend.
I was gonna say, and he's working this weekend, so that number will go up at least once over the weekend.
I've said it 1,000 times. I literally would love to just talk to Speedball Bailey. Ask it. I have just one question, and I want to know how he developed the most beautiful drop kick I've ever fucking seen. I'm telling you, it's the best looking drop kick in wrestling, and I'll fight anybody that disagrees. Oh my God. That man is amazing. Phenomenal talent.
Yep. The match that he had with Josh Alexander. The match that he had a couple weeks ago, last week or the week before with Josh Alexander, that was it was a work of art. All right. But without further ado,
he's gonna join the crew.
Yeah. Between 3 beards, and they're going to talk about baseball.
Baseball's coming up. Pitchers and catchers report.
I will talk baseball all day, every day. All day, every day. I'll talk baseball. All right.
The winner.
Without further ado, the winner of the 2022 Male Wrestler of the Year Beardie Award is. Wow.
Hey, Roman
Reigns, the tribal chief.
Interesting. I mean,
I didn't know. I wasn't expecting him to win. I thought
not much of a limb there, but
I voted for John Moxley. I voted for John Moxley.
Look at Paul Heyman right there. I mean, it's got to be
look at that look.
Now,
is that a look? Is that a look of endearment, like love?
That's a look of please don't turn around and punch me in the face.
I think so. Yeah, kind of.
If you think about it, Roman. The story just keeps getting better and better. The matches keep getting more and more like this is the one, and he keeps pulling it out. He's got both of the top prizes in wrestling right now. I mean, I'm not shocked that he won. No slouch to John Moxley, who also had a hell of a year. MJF, who had a hell of a year, was on that list.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't disagree with it. The bloodline is the best thing going in wrestling right now in terms of storyline. He's at the top of that head, and every match, he got a banger match out of Logan Paul. Granted, Logan Paul's really good. We discussed that earlier, but wow.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Drew. You can't really disagree with it. I did vote for Moxley, but can I be upset that Roman Reigns is the wrestler of the year? The guy's been the champion the whole year. He's in the biggest storyline. You can make an argument in all of wrestling with it makes sense. The guy, I'm pretty sure he won it last year. So the guy's won it 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Voted Seth. You can make an argument, Seth, as well. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We got a couple months, but yeah, bro, we'll talk some baseball on here. We always do. When it comes to time.
We don't just talk wrestling. Today is the Beardie, so we're talking heavy wrestling. But baseball, there's some interesting stuff happening there too. But yeah, Seth Rollins is an interesting one. He's the one that slid in it for us at 5. Just like you said, like he's doing so much great character work. His matches are always top notch, but he's not winning, which is incredibly. that's a testament to him of how impressive he's been. And he put Cody Rhodes over 3 times. He doesn't have to do that. He lost the belt to Theory, and I mean, just he's having a banner year. Oh, then Joe Pearl said, yes, that's a prime match. Love it. Yep. We got OJP. Christmas treated him well on Too Smooth.
I love it.
Christmas was great. Good times. Good time. We had a good time last year. Last week was fun. Santa came, took care of me.
Yep, I agree. Took care of me too.
Yeah.
It had been a while, but it's pretty good.
So where are we at? Is this
we're down to 1. We are down to the last Beardie Award of 2022. It is for match of the year. This has been pretty good. We've already, this has been, again, thank you to Alex for the fire nomination videos with the incredible. There you go. Drew saying Rollins and Cody will compete for best known wrestler in WWE in 2023. He is sure.
I could see that because if the way the trajectory is going, Drew, with everybody saying like Roman's going to drop these belts and he's going to go down to part-time, like you're not going to see as much Roman Reigns next year. Yeah, I think that puts room for Cody and Seth. If they can stay healthy, they're definitely in that running for sure. Sami Zayn,
maybe we'll see.
I'm sitting here thinking about it. We'll hoping see. He's been on fire.
Yep. All right, but without further ado, let us see the nominees for the last Beardie Award of the evening. The creme de la creme, the 2022 Beardie Award nominees for Match of the Year. Like most of these awards, another real hard choice. A lot of those were bangers. I know my personal favorite probably is not going to be the one that comes out victorious, but I am a sucker for that Gunther and Sheamus match. I have watched it more times than I will say I have.
I'm still disappointed we didn't put the Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville on there.
I think that was,
it was a missed opportunity.
We probably should have added that in. Again,
this was that kind of show, JPJ. We're
I know. I still fucking love that match. That match was so fun and enjoyable WrestleMania weekend. I feel like we probably did miss the ball.
If we put it in the chat, what was your favorite match of the year? Not even the 5 that we listed. You could have convinced us to put that in there, right? There was so much good wrestling from day one, literally the pay-per-view day one to now. And we have, like I said, SmackDown tomorrow when this airs, which is, the 30th. So if you're, watching late, which you shouldn't be, you should be here every Thursday night, 8:00, checking us out. When you see this later. But yeah, like that scramble match where Brock won was intense. I thought that was a good one. The Masha Jordan Grace match, Speedball, Josh Alexander, like you could have went a bunch of different ways, but these were just the 5 that we whittled down. And that's a good 5. That Gunther Sheamus match, that was personally one of my favorite. Yeah, unbelievable. The Anarchy in the arena was insane.
Cody and Seth with the torn pec, and we chose the first FTR Briscoe match because there was a standard tag match, and I personally, still of the 3, it is my favorite of the 3. But you could have picked any of those 3, and it would have fit.
And like friend of the show Warren Ace told us, like you couldn't have the last 2 without the first one. You had to, you know what I'm saying? So if you wanted to tie those all together, you could. I mean, again, this was your voting. We just gave you the 5 that we thought would have went with. The Seth and Cody match for me, just because of the sheer, just like agony and pain that Cody it probably was in. All bruised up. He takes that coat off, and you're just like,
why are you doing
and
this?
he still put on a quality top tier match with one freaking arm.
Yep.
Like,
imagine he won, by the way.
The whole time I am just cringing.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, it was a masterpiece.
Yeah. Very good. Very, very good. So without further ado,
the winner of the 2022 match of the year is... Oh, that damn bruise.
Look at that picture. Look at that picture with that peck. Oh, bruh, shit's black. Dude. Shit is black. Holy. Oh my God. Oh, I forgot that was Seth Rollins wearing the polka dots too. Yeah. Tremendous stuff. I can't argue with that. I would have picked FTR and the Briscoes, but I mean, I cannot make an argument whatsoever
against it.
The sheer, the balls that takes for Cody Rhodes.
The polka dots, as I got my newest Funko, the dusty polka dots, baby.
The balls that it takes for Cody Rhodes to be like, you know what? I know this is going to kill and this is going to hurt like hell, but I'm going out there and I'm wrestling anyway.
I remember sitting here saying, like, somebody should have stopped him. Like, 'cause I just thought, you didn't have to do that, Cody. We didn't need that. You went above and beyond, as you always do.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be a hell of a match from a standpoint of, like, and again, I thought, okay, he's hurt. Seth's getting this win, and he still got the win.
Yeah.
Cody still got the win, but woo! What
Incredible.
A match.
What a match.
Gunther and Sheamus still. I'm
a little salty that Gunther and Sheamus
I'd have to look at the voting again.
In my opinion, that was my favorite match of 2022.
Alex, do you have that?
I love that Gunther Sheamus match.
How close it was? Because I could have swore it was close. I think he private chatted us.
He did. He said, "What a year for wrestling it was. It was a fantastic year." And even Bebe saying, "I'm not a Cody fan, but I respect the shit out of him for wrestling that match with that injury." Yeah, and I think that's part of it. And I think that probably had a lot to do with it pulling through and getting the victory, because it not only was it just a good match, but you knew that somebody that was like, they were risking a lot doing that. It was just really good stuff.
And that speaks to why Seth also kind of, nudged his way into that male wrestler of the year kid. He had a lot of pressure on him to keep Cody in that match, have a good match, but also keep Cody safe. And he did a great job. Just what a year. 2022 wrestling. That is your Beardie Award. I was
going to say, what a year, what a night for the second annual Beardie Awards.
Everybody,
fantastic turnout, fantastic chat responses all night. Big hello to everybody that popped in here. Good to see Joel Pearl and Ben in here. Hab guys, Smooth, Drew, Ophelia, all these people. TFA saying hello a little earlier. She knows we love her.
Culp, you're giving you shit.
Culp, giving me crap.
So Alex just got it was Seth and Cody with 15, and then FTR,
both Briscoes and Gunther and Sheamus tied at 13.
Second. Close. But before we get out of here, what a year for us. 2022. We started this thing last year. We didn't go. This is our first full year because we started April or May of last year doing this show, and just the crazy stuff that we've gotten to do. You mentioned, from all the people that have been on the show, that have supported the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody. Without you guys, we do this for you. We've said it 1,000 times. This show does not run without you guys, and I know that that's cliche to say. But in all sincerity and honesty, when we designed the ideas for the show and came up with what we wanted to do, the concept was we wanted it to be a fan-led deal. Like we have our points we want to hit throughout the night, but we want you guys to come here, have fun on Thursday nights. You've been more than respectful in the chat. You always keep it clean. You always come with great content, great banter. You keep us going. You keep us happening. For 2023, we can't wait to see what we come up with. I mean, we're going to have to come up with some new ways to make, we had Alex Kane, MLW, middleweight champion, threaten Spencer Love on air. Like, come on.
We did.
Come on. Gigi Ray came on and told us how to get sparkler budgets. We've had the TFAs, Alicia Toot, like you name it. Like the people that we've had on the show is just wild to me.
Yeah,
it's just wild that we've been able to do this love ya,
Hoggo and JPJ.
And
Ben, we love you too, buddy. And you're gonna be on that list in 2023, my friend. You're gonna be on that list.
Before we let JPJ say his piece, let's have one more round of applause for that Ecto guy who made all of the beautiful graphics you saw here tonight for the show. I don't know where he got the money to do that.
I wanna thank the little people for nominating me producer of the year for the Beardie. I'm sure it's it was like it was a toss off somewhere, but I found the envelope. I didn't make a graphic, unfortunately, but thank you for all who voted.
Just add himself to the.
There's still time.
I'll give me a second. No, I'm kidding.
Just add himself with holding a Beardie Award at the end of the outro or something like that. Whatever. And show produced. He just holding the fucking Beardie.
But we couldn't have done it without you. That absolutely killed it, Alex.
Yeah, and there were a lot of people complimenting how awesome the nominees were. So appreciate you doing that. I know you've been busy lately, so for you to come back tonight and help us out is really, really nice of you. And obviously, we love when you're here. Hopefully, maybe this gave you a little bit of a tickle, and you'll be.
You held a gun to my head. You came to my town.
That wasn't me.
And you were like,
you and Pluggo live in the same town, so it was probably Pluggo. I didn't.
He looked like you must have put a fake beard on.
How dare you insult me like that?
I'm sorry.
I've already been complimented.
Oh, look at this.
There you go. Ophelia saying she missed your face. We miss his. Yeah, we miss Alex too.
Here.
I can't tell that's a.
At the very least, Alex should come back on Thursdays and just do and work for us. That's it. That's what he should do. At the very least.
3 legs of the tripod, Alex.
We're a motherfucking tripod.
I'm just gonna say this: it's gonna be a big year for beards, but hopefully, it's gonna be a big year in 2023 for myself. So
there you go.
All I'm gonna say.
There you go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. And Alex, for the last time in 2022, get the fuck off my screen.
Get out of here.
Thank you. We love you, Alex.
As we come to the end, JPJ, any last words, any last thoughts on 2022, brother? This has been an absolute ride, bro.
Oh, yeah. Great time as always. 2023, bigger and better. We got some really good ideas that we're hopefully going to get approved by the boss, but hopefully you'll be seeing more of us in 2023. Yeah. Follow us on the socials at B2Beards everywhere, Between Two Beards on Facebook. Do all that. Follow me at Joseph_Poulin Jr. on Twitter and over at JPJ Loves Gaming on Twitch. But I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate you, Pluggo, too. Obviously, it takes a lot of time and commitment to do what we do because we both got shoot jobs and we both work in retail, and that's demanding. And those regular jobs are not easy. So to dedicate the time that we do to do this and to do our socials and pump all that stuff out, it takes a lot of time. And you got kids and a wife, and I'm just lazy. So it's just there's things that are obstacles in everyday life, families, laziness, there's all sorts of stuff. But no, I love doing this. I've been loving to do it for 83, 84 weeks, whatever it's been at this point. And I appreciate everyone who supports us, everyone who comes in here every week and takes the time out of their days and nights to join us here. And like you said, it's insane. Like Warren Hayes, who was a guy I looked up to for a long time, is like a regular fucking guest on our show. And he asks us to be on the show sometimes. And it's surreal to me. Ben, we've interviewed a TFA guest hosted for me. We've interviewed Michael Richard Blaze. We've interviewed Billy Starks, Alicia Atoot, Phil Lindsay was on here, Alex Kane. It's wild. And we've had a lot more too that I'm just drawing blanks, but it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I never thought that, I never thought it would get to where it is, but I only wanted to go bigger, and I'm just appreciative of everybody. Bebe is a newer fan of ours, but they've been here every week for the last month or so. We appreciate them. Yeah. I'm glad he's become a fan of us. Hopefully that continues on and on. So I would say everyone have a great.
Shout out to Spencer and Love Wrestling for giving us a home to do this every Thursday night and
Yeah.
putting up with our crazy antics and letting us have all those guests on and spend all his money. And we're going to continue to do it 2023 because we can't stop and we won't stop, baby.
100%.
We need that.
Drew,
we need that
no
wrap
question.
it up box.
No, I know. No, it's good. And Drew, no question, you will definitely be on more in 2023.
100%.
Absolutely. That is no
100%.
doubt, no debate.
That door is always open, our friend.
You know where to follow us, guys. Give us some love over here on Love Wrestling, but follow Pluggo on Twitter. Follow me. Follow B2 Beards. You hear it every week from us. You know where to go. But most importantly, everyone have a happy and safe New Year's weekend.
Safe.
Ring in 2023 a proper, safe way, but have a little bit of fun. And for Pluggo, for Alex, for me, we'll see you guys next year for another new episode of Between Two Beards. Happy New Year, everybody.
The 2023
and until
year
then,
in review next week.
Peace out.